Hello, my name is Adrian Chambers, and here are 10 things to think about before you make a will. You need to think about, have you made a will before? And if you have, where is it stored? Do you have a copy? Do you know what's in it? Have there been any changes in your life since you've made that will? I know it sounds obvious, but you need to get the full names, addresses, telephone numbers, email addresses of yourself, your family, and anybody else who you're going to leave things to in your will. Executors are the people who administer your estate and sort everything out after you've passed on. So it's really important that you get the right people to do that. It could be family members, friends, could even be solicitors. You also need to think about substitute executors as well. And they've got to be people who you can trust and who you know and who you feel are going to do the right thing. If you've got young children, you need to think about appointing guardians to make sure they're properly looked after if something happens to you. You need to think about whether to talk to those guardians in advance and just mention to them about that. You also need to think about whether to put some special clauses in your will as well, so that any monies can be advanced to your children if they're under 18 for their maintenance, education or benefit. It's important that your funeral is organised the way that you want. Do you want to be buried or cremated? Have you any special wishes or things that you want to happen at your funeral? For example, do you want any particular hymns or songs or readings? If so, write it down and we can include that in. You need to think about whether you want to leave any legacies to, whether it's family or friends, whether it's small gifts, sums of money, or even something to charity. The residue is what's left over after your legacies and your funeral and other bits and pieces have been paid off. Now normally people would leave this to their spouse or to their children and grandchildren, but you just need to think about how you want to deal with that. Sometimes catastrophes can occur, and if all your named beneficiaries are unable to make a claim, then you need to think about who else you'd like your estate to go to, whether it's to distant relatives or maybe even to a charity. There may be certain people who you don't want to make a claim against your estate, and if there is anybody like that, then it may be worth thinking about putting in an exclusion clause. If the value of your estate exceeds £325,000, then you may well have to pay inheritance tax at a whopping 40%. If that is the case, then you need to think really carefully about this, because there are legally valid ways in which you can either reduce the amount of tax or even avoid having to pay it at all. I hope this has been of help. Thank you for watching.